London, drop us a note in the chat. Where are you joining us from today? All right, I see some folks. Oh, from Kenya, also from Berlin. Hello, welcome. We have some folks from Finland, from Texas, Munich. Okay, early morning. Poland, Estonia, Egypt. Super international crowd today. That's awesome. All right, so we have over 1,000 of you with us right now. So let's go ahead and slowly kick things off. So before I want to start our program, I'd like to briefly introduce you to the Livestorm webinar platform. In the top right-hand corner, you'll see the chat for general communication. And next to the chat, you'll see the questions tab, where I encourage you to send all your questions throughout the presentations. You can also see the other questions that people have submitted and upvote the ones that you'd most like to see answered live. And after our program and product demos, we'll have a live Q&A session, so you'll get to see some of your questions answered then in person by our product team. If we don't get to your question during the webinar today, don't worry. Our team will be following up with you in the days after the webinar. And behind the scenes, we have a great crew of PMs and support agents and others who will address many of your questions also directly via the chat. So thank you so much to the full Pipedrive team today for your support. We have a really great session prepared for you. I want to also note that the webinar is being recorded, and everybody who registered for the event will receive a copy of the recording via the email. So don't worry, you can follow along also afterwards. So now with over 1,000 of you joining us, let's go ahead and kick off our program for today. So for those who are not familiar with Pipedrive, I will be introducing how we reimagine your CRM experience with AI, and then going a little bit into our actual then background of the company itself. But before I do so, I want to be sure that I introduce our speakers for today. We have our CPO, Victoria Ruppel, our product director, Jana Waldschmidt, our senior product manager, Mike Vandervalk, and our principal product manager, Almanzor Eskandar, who will be detailing more about what you can look forward to in the next year and the road ahead for us. So after the background, I will then hand over the mic to Victoria, who will share how we've reimagined the Pipedrive user experience with AI. Next, Mike will give you a preview of our AI agents release, available now in beta. Almanzor will then give a demo of Pulse, which is built to improve your prospecting flow. And then to cap it off, Jana will give us an overview of the great feature updates we've been working on at Pipedrive and a look ahead at our product roadmap. And then to close it off, we'll open it up to the Q&A session that I mentioned a minute earlier. So be sure to drop any questions you have in the tab as they come up. So Pipedrive, for those of you who don't know us, Pipedrive was founded in 2010 by 5 Estonians who were salespeople who wanted more from a CRM tool than the market could offer them at the time. So they decided to create their own. Pipedrive reached a unicorn status in 2020 and now has nearly 800 employees across 10 offices in 8 countries, representing over 50 nationalities. And most importantly, we support over 109,000 SMBs daily to reach their business goals with our easy and effective CRM solution. So now that we've spoken a little bit about where Pipedrive comes from, I'm very excited to share with you where the product is headed. And for that, I'll hand over the mic to Victoria to share Pipedrive's AI vision.
Thank you so much, Alana. So, hi, I'm Victoria, the CPO at Pipedrive, and today, together with the team, I'm really excited to unveil Pipedrive's future product vision and 2025 product roadmap, featuring product innovations and enhancements designed to make Pipedrive the best sales tool, smart, intuitive, and built to help every salesperson close deals more effectively. At Pipedrive, everything we do is driven by our purpose, helping small businesses grow by empowering sales teams to close more deals. Small businesses are the fuel of the economy, and we at Pipedrive are committed to building solutions that help them thrive. To accomplish our mission, we've built an incredibly robust and successful CRM over the past 15 years. We've digitized sales processes, and we help customers stay on top of every sales action. Our CRM is recognized as one of the top CRMs for small businesses globally. Thank you for using that. We really, really appreciate it. But even with this success, we constantly look how to improve. We're looking for the new ways to help our customers. As we explored how we could better support sales teams, we uncovered a major challenge. Salespeople spend more than 50% of their time on non-selling activities. So instead of focusing on building customer relationships, closing the deals, they're spending their time on managing administrative tasks and work, updating records, juggling fragmented tools. This led us to ask a question. What if we could give sales teams their time back? How could we use our experience and technology to make that happen? We dug deeper, speaking with many salespeople to understand their biggest struggles. What slows them down? Where do they need the most help? What other tools and technologies they're using to manage their sales process? What we discovered was very insightful. Sales teams are already embracing AI-powered tools to manage their work, and they're ready for the AI to help them with their daily work. We can see that the adoption of AI powered tools is accelerating from 5% in 2023 to 37% in 2024, October last year. And more than 40% of customers are planning to use AI in near future. This is very powerful. Sales team still do what they do, the task the same, the job's the same, but AI is changing that. And the change is happening as we speak. In pre-sales, AI-driven lead generation, enrichment, and qualification can be done really faster with more quality. In sales, AI-powered automation can enhance outreach, proposals, deal management, and it will drive high win rates. In post-sales, intelligent account and project management can improve customers' retention and satisfaction. We know that AI is a technology, but when applied to the right problems in the right ways, it becomes a game changer. With an AI, it's time for CRMs to evolve from passive system of record databases to system of action that drives sales forward. At Pipedrive, we are done pretending that endless clicking is productivity. It's time for a CRM that works for salespeople, not the other way around. We know that the future of CRM isn't complexity, it's simplicity. Right now, getting things done digitally, it takes a few steps. So we ask how we can take the product that we have today and how we can simplify sales workflows even more. We put a lot of effort and a lot of thinking into that. And we worked on the future of Pipedrive, addressing the CRM that will work for you, not vice versa. What does this mean? It means that we're looking into the AI agents, the CRM AI agents that take away all the manual tasks that you have, and they are starting to work the work for you. What are AI agents? These are digital teammates working alongside the sales teams. Simple as that. With AI agents, Pipedrive is evolving into an intelligent, proactive sales partner. Instead of figuring out what to do next, salespeople can simply prompt and ask, "Hey, Pipedrive, help me prioritize deals." We bring you improved productivity, less manual work, and more time for building customer relationships. This is what we are doing with the AI-first CRM. At Pipedrive, we apply AI only where that's real value. You're in full control of the input. You may review, approve any output prior to using it. We prioritize your data security and privacy. This is really important for us. Our services are compliant with GDPR. We only partner with trusted AI vendors who have been vetted. We only use personal data you process within Pipedrive to provide services to you. We do not train our AI or permit third parties to train their AI using that data. We're focused on the continuous improvement and refinement of services. Performance is really, really important for us. And our teams are on hand to support you and answer any questions that you may have at any time. We are still in the early stages of building an AI for CRM. And we are doing it by listening to our customers. We introduced early AI-powered experiences to sales team and gather their feedback. The responses has been really clear. Nearly 70% of customers see the value of AI in our CRM. This is big. We will keep learning, engaging with customers, ensuring we build real value. This is really, really customer-centric development. As we move forward with our vision of an AI-first CRM, we will demo some of our experiences today, from AI agents to our AI-powered lead management solution, Pulse AI. We're very, very excited to show you what we are building. In addition, our 2025 roadmap is filled with many other product enhancements and innovations shaped by listening to our customers. Let me hand it over to Mike, Monzer, and Jana to share all the experiences that we are bringing to life in 2025. Mike, over to you.
Thank you, Victoria. Hi, everybody. I'm Mike, product manager here at Pipedrive. Excited to introduce to you a major leap forward in CRM, Pipedrive's new AI-powered agentic experience. We're redefining how salespeople interact with their CRM by introducing intelligent, always-on AI agents as your new digital team members that work behind the scenes to save you time and drive better sales outcomes. Today at Pipedrive, we're working on building this team of digital team members in the form of AI agents. Before we dive into a demo of the agent itself, I'd like to go over how you can work with multiple different AI agents at a time inside Pipedrive. And for your convenience and smooth experience, you will just communicate with one agent. We understand that we shouldn't put it on our user to know which agent to ask which question, as there will be hundreds of different things you can ask from our agents. And therefore, at the heart of this experience is, let's call it a special agent, whose job it is to understand your prompts, unpack them, and orchestrate it to all the other agents to come together. So you will work in the central hub that will intelligently route your requests to specific specialized AI agents who are capable of giving you the output you are looking for. This agentic experience connects you seamlessly while either using text or voice to communicate with it. We'll have a team of AI agents. Now that we've established how this experience works for you, talking with many agents through one unified interface, let me visualize that a little bit. So here in the top, your prompt or question will come in. The agent experience will now have a multitude of agents to help you get the best output. Some agents might even talk to each other to give you the best results. And some of these agents are upcoming and are in progress. More about that later. But some are already live in beta today, which I will demo in a minute. In beta, we have two main agents for now. First is our email agent, which will also be in general availability by the end of Q2. This agent cuts through the clutter by prioritizing what matters most, helping you communicate faster. The agent highlights priority emails based on context, summarizes email threads to give you instant context for your next reply. And then it will recommend next steps and draft a follow-up email in your style and tone of voice. It will share its reasoning to explain why it proposed this specific draft, and lastly, will allow you to fine-tune the content output given by the AI. Our agent, of course, will do the best to give you the perfect draft, but as users of tools like ChatGPT know, is that you sometimes need the follow-up prompt to make sure you really get the perfect output you're looking for. As a second agent in beta already, also since last week, is our knowledge base agent. This agent doesn't just pull information from our knowledge base, but it will understand the context and provide personalized step-by-step guidance to your questions. The agent will reply with insights from a knowledge base, which is straightforward. However, the smart part of it is that it guides you with tailored navigation and personalized step-by-step setup tips. I'll show you an example of what I mean in a moment. And lastly, it anticipates your needs and proactively offers you further suggestions. And this agent went, as I said, in closed beta last week and is expected also for general availability by the end of Q2. All right, now let's dive into Pipedrive, where I'll give you a quick taste of how our email and knowledge base agent already assists sales teams today in beta and give you a glimpse into the future. And let me share here another screen, and there we should go. Take a look at my Pipedrive account and let's navigate here in the top to our AI agents in beta. As you will see, our agents aren't just waiting for you to prompt it. The agent is already thinking and working 24/7 on proactively finding you the right sales activities to focus on. In this case, it is highlighting key email follow-ups in my daily brief. This daily brief will contain suggestions on what to focus on from your digital team members who worked while you were away or on a break. Let's get back to these prioritized emails in a moment, and let's start with a common scenario where you need guidance on how to create a report in Pipedrive. And instead of searching various sources and trying manually, just ask our AI agent, how do I set up a report forecasting my subscription revenue for the whole year? Now, this prompt is passed to our orchestrating agent, who will take a moment to unpack your prompt, and it will understand that you need help from the knowledge base agent, which in turn will find the right articles. It will summarize key information, and it generates a step-by-step guide specifically for the scenario you asked for. It will even suggest follow-up questions, so you will spend less time Googling and searching for what you're looking for, and personalized answers are just one question away. And coming up already very soon, we won't just guide you, as you see over here, how to set up a certain report, but AI will help you set it up right for you in your Pipedrive account. Now, let's go back to the email agent. Sales teams spend hours drafting emails and keeping track of conversations. Our email agent takes that burden off your shoulder. If we ask our agent, what is the next email I should reply to? Then the agent will again take a short moment to understand your prompt. And we can see that the AI has detected a couple of important emails I haven't responded to. Not only does it prioritize them for me, but it also summarizes the thread over here. And if I click, I can read the full conversations. It will also draft an email for me based on that conversation I just had. And it will suggest a personalized reply for me. If I zoom in, I can even highlight certain pieces, and I can, for example, change the length or change the personalization. I can over here also describe, just in free form, which change I would like to see in the draft of this email. As you see, I can now simply decide to dismiss this email, to edit it as I just showed, or to just go ahead and send it. Simple, fast, and effective. This email agent allows you to personalize interaction at scale, helping you reach more customers in a shorter amount of time. And then you can focus on what you do best, which is closing deals. All right, let me take a moment here to switch back to the main presentation. Here we are. So, so what I've shown you is just the beginning. It's our long-term vision to transform Pipedrive into a fully AI-first CRM, where AI agents will be able to handle any sales and CRM-related tasks through voice or text, acting as your digital team members. So imagine you're in a meeting, you simply ask Pipedrive, what's the status of my top deals this quarter? AI can then instantly analyze your pipeline, give you actionable summary of that. Think through how AI can save you hours of setup time. You will be able to talk to Pipedrive, explain what type of report of data you're looking for, or explain what you like to automate, and Pipedrive is setting that up for you in seconds. As a last example, we know manually updating your CRM is time consuming, and at the same time, making sure you have clean data you can act on is crucial. So imagine Pipedrive automatically helping you create and deduplicate any updated records based on unstructured data coming in, like meeting notes, emails, and other data points you add to Pipedrive without you having to copy-paste this manual. So the possibilities in that sense are endless. Every day we're getting closer to this full agentic experience, being able are being available in Pipedrive. My colleague Jana will share more of what's coming up in the general roadmap also later today. So to help us focus on the right things for you, I have a call to action, which I think it's popped up right there. Our agentic experience is currently in beta for a limited number of customers. We're continuously evolving it based on real user feedback and continuously improving it. If you're interested in trying it out, learning more, sign up for the waitlist today and help us shape the future of AI-powered sales. And thank you. With that, I'll give it over to my colleague, Almonte.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Victoria. My name is Almonte, Principal Product Manager at Pipedrive, and I'm really excited to share with you about a new product we are releasing to market already in Q2. Some of you maybe already have tested Pulse. We have released it in beta already Q4 of last year, and we will start releasing it to more users. It's a feature-packed product, and I will be excited to share with you a demo of each of the features we have there in details and how will you get value from that. But first, what are we solving with Pulse? So when we looked into our data, we noticed that 63% of our base, they have at least 100 deals in their pipeline. We see most of the deals are actually on the top of the pipeline. So this amount of deals making it really hard for the salesperson to prioritize which deal should I focus next on. And at the same time, 48% of surveyed customers told us that they are struggling identifying customers to focus on, prospects to focus on. And this is leading to this inefficient prospecting workflow. Finally, and this is one of the really critical data point, while we know that sales is an activity like based game, right? We still see that 65% of added deals to Pipedrive get no follow-up activity. And based on our data, not only is it critical to add that activity, but the sooner you add the activity to your deal, the sooner you are able to close it. So the 65% of these deals are left, many of them left open, cluttering your pipeline, and the loop continues, making it harder to work with your deals or leads that you are tracking on your pipeline. So how do we want to solve that? We're introducing Pulse, where we are focusing. We're helping you to focus on nurturing best fit leads and turning them into profitable deals. So what do we have in this product? First, we will be helping you to spend less time sorting through prospects and take the most impactful actions. So instead of thinking which deals I'm going to focus on, Pulse will tell you, here is an action on a deal, and here is why you need to take an action on it. The second thing, instead of spending so much time researching your prospect, with a push of a button, Pulse will help you to enrich your prospects, your leads, your deals with the most important information that will help you take actions on them. Once you have that enriched, you'll be able to score them, either using our AI-powered score that will listen in to any signals related to the engagement of your prospect, or by you building your own custom scoring and using it to score these prospects. Last but not least, once you have enriched and scored your prospect, you are ready now to connect with them. And we are bringing to you sequences, a way for you to always making sure that you have the next action prepped and ready for you to go. So let's get into practice and see together what does that look like in action. And the first item I want to share with you is what we are calling the feed of action. So here is where you start. Identify and engage with your prospect. With the click of button, once you say get started, Pulse is looking through all the deals you have on all of your pipelines and checking any actions you should be taking with them. If you want to, for example, focus on specific pipelines, if you don't want to look into all the pipelines, you can do that and say, hey, I'm interested with that pipeline. But by default, it's checking all of the pipeline and immediately telling you, here are a bunch of actions you need to take. If you want to focus, you could say, I want to look into just highly engaged prospect. This is where I want to focus my attention because our AI-powered scoring have already identified highly engaged prospects for you to work with them. And then if you want to focus on actions, you could look into planned activities, overdue activities, any email replies you have missed, any deals without follow-up actions or without any activities at all. So for example, here is Pulse telling you have a bunch of deals assigned to you highly engaged prospect, they are interested in buying from you, you need to add that first activity. You could do that right there and then, call that deal and add that activity to make sure you are on top of your deals. So with this, you'll never miss taking action with any of your deals. Beside that, you could look into any deals that doesn't have any follow-up activities. In this case, you're all good and you're feeling fantastic. We don't stop here only. There are as well the opportunity tabs. Here, Pulse will look into any deals, past deals. There are any opportunities of, for example, prospect that you have sent an email to, they have replied to you. They will tell you, hey, maybe you want to follow up with this prospect. They're actually engaged with you. And again, right there and then, click on that and you are ready to do. So with our feed of action, you will never miss taking an action with any of your deals. You will be able to always be on top of those deals that you have and nurture all the leads that you are adding to your pipeline. So this is number one. This is your new workspace, your new sales workspace. What's next, and as I mentioned, is our enrichment capabilities. So Pulse will help you enrich your prospects. So you have, for example, an organization, you might know the name and the website. So basically click enrich, and we are using like very good, solid partners to show and bring you the best data we can get. And now with the click of button, you know the industry, revenue, number of employees, etc. And that's not it. Not just one by one. You will be able to as well bulk select a bunch of deals that, for example, you've added, and with a click of button, you will be able to enrich all of them. This data will be stored in your data fields. You will be able to use that to sorting. You will be able to use that for filtering, all of that within Pipedrive. And later on, of course, for reporting and for automation. So with data enrichment, you will be able to get firmographic, but also contact data. So we've heard a lot from you that you would like that email and that phone number. Well, it's coming. It's coming to you in Q2 this year. You will be able to actually use Pipedrive to get the phone number and email address of your contact and enrich them as well. You'll be able to use bulk enrichment, use that in list views with a very high fill rate and very high data quality. So saying goodbye to using multiple third-party apps or going online to actually research your clients. They are there helping you doing that in bulk. So what's next? Now you were able to enrich your prospect. So what you want to do now with this data that you have is actually scoring them. So with our feature, first by default, you will get our AI scoring. So our AI scoring will be by default working behind the scene to score all of your deals based on various signals, like how engaged, how fast they reply to you, how many activities you had with them. But let's say this AI scoring is good, but you want to apply your own system. Now you will be able to do that. You can create your own score, give it a name, give it a description, decide which entity you want to score. Is it deals, people? Select that pipeline you want to work with and say continue. Now you are presented with an easy-to-use interface, highly positive, slightly positive, and negative. You'll be able to add criteria to each one of this to build your own scoring using your own data in Pipedrive. No need to push that to an Excel spreadsheet or using third party. You can use your own data, your own custom fields to create scoring criteria for you to be able to decide who's engaged, who's strong ICP match. All of that, you will be able to do that, give each of that points to help you prioritize all the deals that you have on your pipeline. And then select what are the thresholds you want to work with. What's not fit, what's fit, what's excellent. And at the same time, see the distribution across all the deals that you have. So you know, is my scoring system works well or not? How do I tweak it? All of that you will be able to do with this interface. Now, all what you need is to activate this score, and you are ready to go. The score is now activated with all the criteria. You could jump now to the deal list, for example, and you will be able to see that score in action. So that score is now something you could sort by, filter by, and later on, of course, use for automation and insight as well. And the score will tell you exactly why is it that this this deal has a low score or not based on the criteria you have selected. So now this is the scoring. So what we have done so far, we enriched and we now scored our prospect. What's the next thing is now to take action on your prospects. And now you'll be able to do that action much easier, much faster with our sequences. So what is sequences? And I think some of you might have used it. Now you will be able to bring your process to Pipedrive. You will say, day one, once the deal is added, I want to have that first call already created. Here is the note, it's about initial contact. Now, in the same day, maybe in 10 minutes, maybe in a day, I want to have an email, specific email with specific content, and that code prepared and ready to go once it hits that time. You want to add the last, for example, final call, add that note to what is that, and you are ready to go. Now you've created your own sequence within Pipedrive. You can add deals to it, maybe one by one, or in bulk as well. That's something you are able to do. Once you've added that deal, you will see that first activity already created. Here is an example how you could actually add deals in bulk to sequences. And as I mentioned, once you have created that sequence, added the deals, what you will see is that that activity created automatically for you. No need to remember to add that activity. No need to do it manually. It's created for you or for your sales people. It's there ready and waiting for them. Once you click done, the next action is already there. It's that email that you want to send to your customers. It has that code ready to be sent. So faster time, faster like actions with your prospect. And once that email is sent, you have the final call. Once you mark that as done, your sequence is now completed. You will be able to see which deals have completed the sequence there. You'll be able to know, are those steps helping you to close deals faster or not? So with sequences, you will never mistaking an action with Pipedrive. You will be able to bring your process to Pipedrive. And with this, you are now engaged, you are enriching your prospects with the data you need. You are scoring them with the score based on your own custom processes or based on our AI, and you are engaging with them. And once you set this up, it's gonna be working with you magically and helping you preparing for that. You will see now like a poll to ask you which one of these features actually were interesting the most. And as to recap, those features will come to you Q2 already, most probably towards the end of April. So towards the end of April, you will have all of this feature, data enrichment, scoring engine, AI scoring, sequences, and a feed of action to keep on top of that. Already our customers who were in beta telling us that now Pulse is my first point of call in the morning. And without Pulse giving me that action, I wouldn't have known it surfaced something valuable and actionable that I have forgotten. I hope that will be helpful for you and valuable. We are looking to hear your feedback as you use this product and keep improving it. Thank you so much. And now I would hand it to Jana to tell you about other heroes out there for us in 2025.
Yes, thank you. Hello, everyone. Oh, by the way, Monza, we have a poll. Would you like to start commenting on this one?
There was a slight delay with the poll. Let me go ahead and push live again. Yeah, one moment.
No problem. Now I see it on the screen. So let's give the crowd an opportunity to place their vote so we can see a little bit what's popping up in there.
We had a minor tech issue there, so let's just move on for now.
All right, let's move on, but let's not forget about that because that's been very, very exciting, all of the presentations. But hi, everyone. Jana, I'm a product director here at Pipedrive, and I'd like to thank Monza and the rest of the team for walking us through the strategic outlook, but also how AI is already here and is transforming sales workflows. So we've heard from Mike about the AI agent development that is happening now, and we are very excited to bring it to you to test and give us feedback. But we've also heard from Monza about the lead nurturing space that we are tackling. Now, I'm here to walk you through what else is coming in 2025, because there's a lot more coming your way. And that's all in service to make sure that your teams work better, that there's more automation available to you, but ultimately giving you all of that precious time back. So without further ado, let's dive into 2025 roadmap. Yes, and we'll start with team inbox. So we know that one of the key challenges sales teams face is actually delivering timely responses to their customers. There's no time to waste. We cannot be delaying the responses, and it's just expected. I think we can all relate to that. We send an email, you don't get response, off you go exploring other options. And that becomes very challenging to tackle when it's a team that has to work on that volume of requests coming in. But what else customers are expecting is actually for sales reps to have the full context of the previous conversations, because no one likes repeating themselves. They want to drive the conversation forward. Again, we can all relate to that, how frustrating that can be to go all the way back to zero and start explaining your request. And so Team Inbox solves this by keeping everyone in sync in team, eliminating duplicate efforts and potentially losing any of the valuable deals. And so with this functionality, we'll be able to sync Team Inbox account. You'll be able to add collaborators. You'll be able to see the communication in that inbox, but also manually divide emails, making sure that you can assign tasks. So our team's tirelessly working on bringing that to you, and we're hoping to see that live at the end of Q2. Smaller portions coming in bit by bit, and we'll be releasing the wait list as well. But let's move forward. We've heard Victoria mentioning not that long ago, like the lion's share of tasks, they're still super manual. Even now, it's 50% of your time goes into clicking around and doing repetitive tasks, and that's not a place to be. And with our automations, workflow automations functionality, we believe we can tackle it from different perspectives to make sure that we take that repetitive tasks away. So let's start from true and false, or branching. We could relate to it this way. So a typical sales use case, right? A sales team wants to automate follow-ups after a deal moves to a specific deal stage, ensuring that there is timely engagement without manual effort. So now with branching, instead of creating separate workflows for different deal outcomes, which is the case now, you'll be able to set that up in one. And so therefore, no manual, no repetition, different outcomes. You can continuously drive the process further. But that's not it. What else? Proactive automation suggestions. So our AI will analyze your sales activities, identify patterns, and also suggest automations. So we want to make sure that we automate repetitive workflows without any manual setup. So you don't have to go and look for automations. We'll be able to showcase those weak spots in your processes and actually say, hey, this is some time back, and this is how you should proceed with your automation and improving your day-to-day tasks. But it's not only for suggesting those, right? It will have a team-wide impact. And what we mean by that, we'll have streamlined processes. We'll have something that is repeatable, and therefore there won't be any errors. And so it's predictable results. The whole team rallies in the same direction with the same process in place. Let's move forward. Now let's go to AI report creation. And that's actually already live for a portion of our customers. We're going slowly, bit by bit, releasing to make sure that we can improve our functionality continuously. We know that some of our users struggle with complexity of report creation. And it's not to do so much about the functionality itself, but it just can require multiple steps and perhaps some of the know-how depending on what kind of job or the role you hold in the team. But we don't want to take insights away from you. We want to make sure that you drive data-driven decisions. And therefore, with whatever questions you might have, you'll be able, with the natural language prompts, create and get that answer that you're looking for. So everyone in your team can actually get their answers using our insights, and it's not just a privilege of management to create those reports. But that's not it, right? Unfortunately, the time doesn't allow us to cover the entire roadmap and do equally sort of deep dive as Mike and Almonso did. I wish we could, but hopefully I gave you a glimpse of value propositions across some of the product heroes. But what else? What else to expect in 2025? So let me kind of quickly walk you through some of the additional developments. So for those who are with us already, or for those who are not, we have email sync and calendar sync. And so if you haven't tried that yet, that's your time. It's time for you to start syncing that data into Pipedrive, because having that captured allows you to have better context and better communication with your customers, because it's all in one place and you know what has happened in the past. And now with Team Inbox, actually what has been happening, and if several of you were working on that deal. But specifically for calendar sync, we'll also be working on providing greater privacy controls to protect sensitive information. So whatever lands in your calendar, you have full control what's public, what's private, and who in your team can see what. Now, the other aspect is import. We know that happens basically daily, depending on the type of the business, and it's perhaps not the easiest tasks to complete. And so we want to make sure that data management is as straightforward as possible for you. And so we're looking at personalized import flows, more access points throughout the product, and obviously giving you as much guidance as possible without having to reach out to our awesome support team. They're incredible, but we'd like to make sure that's self-serve as possible. Now, data archiving, right? As we continue sort of adding more in deals and contexts, some of them are outdated. Some of them we actually don't want to look anymore. We don't want that clutter. And so we'll give you an opportunity to archive leads and deals. Last but not least is AI chat for quick actions. We want to make sure that it's not always about clicking around. You can actually use natural language prompt and edit and add deals, leads, and contacts available to you in any part of the product. But here's the overarching roadmap. This is where it all comes together. You can see our tracks. You can see Pipedrive AI. You can see our investment in lead nurturing. And I personally feel incredibly proud to have every single item on that roadmap. And why is that? Because it's been carefully selected based on the feedback we've been hearing from all of our customers and potential customers. We know that it will solve real problems to drive difference and actually give you the time back, give you productivity back, so you can actually focus on driving growth for your business. And with that, I'll hand it over back to Victoria for some closing words. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Jana. Thank you, team. As you can see, we have so much goodness on our roadmap 2025. It's AI, it's not non-AI. It's covering a lot of asks and a lot of enhancement that you've been asking. So we're really working really hard to improve our product, to bring the best innovation. We're never stopping. We're always looking for your feedback. So if you have any feedback, if you have any questions, please post them. We're so happy to hear you out. And I hope you are as excited about what we are building and bringing to you to help you do your job better as we are. This is why we're here, and this is what we do every single day. And we are building the AI-first CRM, but we build that with purpose. Everything we build with purpose. We think about every single problem that we are solving, and we solve what truly matters with any kind of technology. We want to bring the productivity. We want to improve sales processes. We actually really want you to win. This is the purpose. This is why we are here. And this is why we have this roadmap. So thank you so much for listening to us. And I will give it over to Elana.
Great. Thank you so much, Victoria. So before we jump into the Q&A, you should see now a feedback pop up on your screen. With a link to a short feedback form that will be appearing here. And that's just to say, we really value your feedback. It's important to us as we continue to tailor and improve future webinars, get your ideas for future product updates. So please do take a moment to share your thoughts with us. And if you haven't already, we're still collecting questions. We have a bunch of questions in the queue right now that we'll be going through and answering a few live. The team behind the scenes has been slowly answering them as well in written form, so keep a lookout for that. But as a reminder, we will be following up on any open questions that we don't get to today. So with that, let us start the Q&A portion. So here we've had a couple of questions around how can you be part of the beta? So we did push a form earlier today that allows you to sign up for the waiting list. So I encourage you all to join that as well. And just generally just keep an eye out for other future updates that we'll be having. We had a couple of questions around AI security. So here with that, I'll push one live to you, Victoria, to speak on that.
Yes, we are. Security is important for us. Data privacy is really important for us. We are GDPR compliant, and we also adhere to any local laws, and we continue doing that as well.
Great. And I encourage you, if you have any follow-up questions, please do reach out to us about that. All right. So more generally, will AI work in other languages besides English?
Yes, it will. And I think there were also some questions around like what is powering our AI. At the moment, most of our functionalities are built on top of OpenAI. We are exploring also other partners, hosting LLMs, and making sure that we have the best quality for you. And with that, all these languages that, of course, PyTorch supports, but that are almost like out there, are supported.
Thanks, Mike. So we have a Pulse-related question. So it would be useful if Pulse could analyze historic sales data and suggest a custom scoring based on metrics that are relevant to the user. Manzur, is there anything that you can add to this?
Yeah, definitely a good idea. And we've heard from customers wanting us to look into their won deals, for example, or closed deals and analyze for those why and what were the reasons and what's the ICP that matching. And we are looking into that, and we could be seeing it in the future improvement of the AI scoring and the custom scoring as well.
So here we have a larger question about our vision. So is Pipedrive becoming more than a CRM with more features? The product section appears closer to being an ERP. There's something that you can add to this, Victoria?
It's really important for us, the CRM and building a really good CRM for salespeople is at the core and at the heart of everything that we do. So we are CRM first, for sure. We bring some functionalities that expand the workflows, but CRM is at the heart of it. We're building for small businesses. This is our focus. Nothing is changing. But with some of the functionalities and the technologies that we are bringing, we also want to bring the power of those technologies and functionalities to smaller businesses as well. That's why we're expanding some of them. But we are very, very carefully thinking about what is important for our current customers and also for potential customers. And we're really focusing on building the right things and the right experiences, becoming the best CRM.
Thank you, Victoria. So is there any plan for Pipedrive to listen to calls, Zoom meetings, ideally without requiring a bot to join, and create the next actions required to move the deal forward, as well as follow-up emails, questions to answer, etc.? So more questions about our expanded functionalities.
I can take this one. It's at the moment doesn't have a specific spot in the roadmap, as you saw that was just presented there. But this is one of the hot topics that we are exploring. And with that, a shout out that after this webinar, there will be an email also coming to you with the recording. And in there is also a link where we would ask you back, like, what are these areas that you see the biggest impact on that AI could have for you? We have learned a lot already, but hope to hear and learn from you more. But this is definitely one that's on top of this list, and it's actually also as one of the options there. So if you're in that group, put an upvote in there, and that gives us enough or an extra push to put a proper place in the roadmap for that in the future.
Thanks, Mike. So we had a couple of questions also regarding pricing. So what can we expect regarding pricing hikes with the new upgrades? Anything generally about our AI pricing that we want to discuss?
In terms of the AI pricing, we're at the very early stage of that. We are building for creating the value with an AI, and we're experimenting towards it. So no pricing are expected with an AI coming out.
Thank you. So we have a roadmap question. So I didn't see any updates for projects in the roadmap. When is that coming?
Maybe I can take this one on the projects in the add-on space. So currently, as you've seen, that's very correct that we do not have any investment made in projects in 2025 when it comes to a grant level, as we're talking about like massive improvements to that. But we continuously monitor feedback. And so some of the enhancements we perhaps could be working on, which is not the massive item on the roadmap, but nevertheless, since it's a part of the product, we'll keep an eye on the feedback coming in.
Thanks, Jana. So a question, how do we switch on this AI feature? Maybe Mike, you can speak to the switching on and off of AI.
Sure. So it could be twofold, the question. One is how do we maybe get access to this? So there was a beta sign up was shared during the call today. I think we'll share it out further as well. So do sign up there. We are in this development phase where we are looking to add more and more people over time to get the feedback. Secondly, and I think this is also crucial to the to some question that Victoria earlier asked about compliance and data. And so once our AI features, or they're already there in beta, and once you get access to this, you have access to turn things on or off. And so you don't have to turn off the whole AI, but specific parts that you want to or do not want your users to use. So that's a specific setting that you then have inside Pipedrive.
Thanks, Mike. Another product-related question. We need comment more. We need the ability to set up reoccurring activities. I need to contact this customer on the third Thursday of every month. The ability to duplicate an activity or create reoccurring activities would be life-changing. And there's a lot of upvotes coming in for this comment.
Thank you for feedback. That's definitely something we've been hearing before, so I'm not surprised about all the upvotes coming in. Noted, feedback taken. Let us work with the product teams to make sure whether we can bring it and when.
Thanks all. Here, another security-related question. Can you guarantee that all texts and emails are secure and private and not shared with anybody, and not even used by your external AI supplier or any other service? Do you take reliabilities?
I can answer that and I can confirm. Again, we have very strict data privacy policies. We adhere to all the rules of the GDPR. So we're making sure that we're not training with your data, anything in our AI, and also outside third-party services as well. This is really, really important for us. And we are really strictly following that.
Maybe I can add 2 cents here also as a product manager trying to deliver the best functionality to you. Lots of our ideas that are also put out by you all here, we are discussing those. We have a review internally. What can we do? What can we not do? And trust me, I want to do certain things. And then we understand like, okay, this is not how we should do certain things. What can we do? What can we not do? So besides just the general rules out there that we follow, internally, we are holding ourselves also accountable to be careful with the data that we have and make sure that we adhere to all the rules.
All right. So we had another question. Will there be detailed training courses showing us how to use these tools most effectively? For that, I can just add, we do have a very detailed knowledge base. We have a knowledge academy also where we will be constantly updating and providing information for how you can interact with the various tools that not only that we presented today, but also on our platform itself. And I also invite you to check out our community where some of your questions might be answered as well. If the team has anything else to add here, feel free to chime in, but we will work to ensure that you're up to date and informed and educated on what we're putting out.
And keep an eye on what Mike has presented around our knowledge base agent. When it's out, it definitely is going to help you to learn how to use these tools much, much better.
All right. So I find it's a little bit buried, but there was a question surrounding mobile. now if there's any updates to share there. So maybe I can push this to you, Jana, while I look for the message itself.
Yes, for sure. So mobile, I think in the AI space, that's no question. That's one way to communicate, to trigger speech to text, etc. So this is by no means something we should be ignoring. And so therefore we make investments in that space as well. And so I believe next time we meet, which I hope is very, very soon, because we're very eager to be sharing our updates, because we know there's a lot of goodness, we'll be able to showcase something for you as well, a bit more concrete.
Thanks, Jana. So what type of Pipedrive subscription do you need for Pulse, Monzer?
So we are still working on the packaging. Initial thoughts, and again, there are initial thoughts that all of our Pipedrive customers will get some flavor of Pulse. So, but certain features might be on different plans. However, we want to bring, like, for example, I noticed that many of you brought the feed of action. So we might see the feed of action, for example, starting from Essential, right? We are still working on this, but we are committed to bring you the flavors of Pulse gradually on all of our plans. We will more news on this by April, hopefully.
Can I break the rules a little, Alana, and ask Monzer another question that was already answered? But I think that could use a little bit of a longer answer, because then Monzer can truly explain the value. But what is the difference between an automation and a sequence?
Yeah, with automation, it's a Swiss knife. You could use automation for various process automating, right? With sequences, what we are trying to do is give you a fit for purpose sales engagement tool focused on helping you to set up that engagement process in Pipedrive and always helping you having that activity ready for you. Now it's drafted, tomorrow it's an automated email, and set that time-wise, so like day 1, day 2, in an easy to use, very easy to use packaging. Early testing showing that customers finding this very, very easy to use. Also, unlike automation, you will have full control on when those deals are added to the sequences and what kind of steps will happen there. So you are always in control of what's happening with the sequences. And maybe in the future, we will see a mix of both, where a certain event will trigger certain sequences as well. So sequences is a fit for purpose, focused on sales engagement and making sure that you have that activities with your prospects at the right time. And what's coming soon is you will be able to do A/B testing in the future with your sequences. You might have one sequence and say, those are the steps, then have another sequence, and you'll be able to know which is the best sequence that will get that deal from coming to the pipeline and being won, tweaking it, getting stats about it. A lot coming here. So keep an eye on this. We are just starting with sequences.
I can't speak for everybody, but I'm sold.
100%. I think we have time for one more question. So we have one from our viewers in Latin America. So here, immediate communication tools like WhatsApp are used more than emails. Have you considered using some kind of AI integration to address this?
I can answer that. We're continuously looking and improving our integrations and marketplace. We're actually working hard in improving some of the existing integrations as well. And we're looking is what are the integrations that are needed. There are many different apps to integrate. It takes a bit of time. But yeah, we're stack ranking and looking how can we improve the marketplace and integrations across different geos as well.
Good. So with that, we're roughly at time. So if we didn't get to your question today, as a reminder, we will be following up and posting the answer to your questions in our community space. So feel free to check them out there. I wanted to give a huge thank you to Victoria, Jana, Mike, and Monzer for a really great, impactful presentation today. Really great overview on some of our latest product updates at Pipedrive, as well as our AI vision. And just thank you to you all for joining us today. We're excited to share more with you very soon. So take care and have a great day.